Okay, so this is the second honors meeting. Okay, so where we left off was chapter 10. So you guys are halfway done with the book, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chapters 11 through 30, I presume. 30 or 20 around that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question about chapter 14. I really don't understand it. I know that Huck reads stories about Jim, about the Kings.
About Jim? No, it's
I
to
mean,
Jim. Come
yeah.
on. Get it right.
My bad. But I still really don't understand it.
It's like the whole chapter is just it's basically just him reading
Stories
stories.
about like kings, like King Solomon, King Arthur.
Yes. Anyways, any impressions? Like, what do you guys think?
Do you guys like Huck and Jim's relationship so far?
It's really unexpected because around that time you wouldn't really expect a young child to be accompanied with a runaway slave. And do you like get some of the themes that they're trying to tell you?
Like I think freedom, like, cause the book's like mostly slavery and like how they want to be free.
Freedom or slavery? That's
Yeah.
Like
it.
after like a while, I actually kind of like Jim's character. Honestly,
Yeah.
What's his Huck is like risking his life to like run
Yeah, because-
Jim.
Yeah.
Around that time, assisting a runaway slave could get you killed, and I lost my train of thought.
And like also like there's something that like Huck is also like very like you could say like doesn't really care. 'Cause, like,
Yeah, he's
helping,
carefree.
Yeah, he's carefree because like he realizes that like he knows that Jim is a runaway slave, but he honestly takes his time out to help him.
I know this is a
Help him be free.
hypothetical question. What do you think Huck will do if Jim was caught by, being a runaway slave?
I don't think Huck would do anything but like just.
Huck would be caught by.
Yeah, he would be caught,
Huck's going to jail.
especially, or he would get killed. And okay, what was I gonna say? Did you get to the part about the feud, the Granger Fords versus the Shepherdsons?
Yeah, with Huck's new family basically.
Yeah, family at the time.
Yeah.
Did you get the small Romeo and Juliet theme? that they
Yeah,
were
like
going
those
for?
two.
The two Granger
guys,
Fords.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
Like where they go from town to town and like perform like plays.
Oh
And
no,
they're, like,
that's the conman.
oh yeah, the conman, yeah, and they're like basically like didn't they get a heck of money?
Yeah, the conmen are the ones that got money. The Romeo and Juliet theme is one of the eldest from the Granger Fords and the eldest from the Shepherdsons ran away, and like a big battle like started between the Granger Fords and the Shepherdsons.
Yeah.
Because and then like it ended up getting both of ended up getting Colonel Grangerford and Buck killed.
Question.
Yes.
So the theme. What do you think? Freedom or slavery? Slavery. Because
I feel like this book is pro freedom, and it could be argued for.
I think it explores a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that Jim was a runaway slave, and it really explores that well, and I really like it.
We should say freedom and then talk about how he's a runaway slave.
Yes. Did you get the part where did you guys get confused about the part where he is contemplating why helping Jim is a bad thing? Do you understand that part?
Yeah. Cause like he knows the consequences basically.
Yeah, and
So
because
we'll
around
talk- you ready?
well you said no.
No.
Can you explain it to
I-
EJ good?
Basically, it's like around that time, runaway slaves are considered criminals. I think I said that in the first meeting, and him assisting Jim run away from his rightful owner, which was was Miss Watson, could end up him getting killed, Huck getting in jail or Huck getting killed.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, a little sick.
I know.
Okay, well,
Okay, let's see. The Duke and the Delphin part, I don't know. Is
The two conmen?
yeah, I don't know, like they shouldn't have
Shouldn't trust like two conmen to pull on the raft
Yeah.
out of nowhere
And
too.
plus, if anything goes bad, they could sell out Jim because
They were trying to remember. Like
What do you think their true intentions were?
just to get
to
money,
get money.
and leave Huck and Jim.
Yeah.
Probably
Basically
like,
use
leave
them.
Huck alone and probably just take Jim.
So they were selling
Yeah.
both of them out. Right?
probably.
They're trying to get money,
He's probably just trying to his yeah.
and then after that they go to the two families,
Yeah.
the five ones.
Think about it. I don't know, like his book is also really violent. And I said that in the first meeting, but it's really violent. Like, I don't know. Back in the day, it might have been okay for kids to read something like this, but like now, you don't want to like show it to kids. You probably just want to show it to like high school.
Yeah, like
Teenagers.
books such as Diary of the Wimpy Kid.
Captain
Yeah,
Underpants.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you could have just said it out loud.
I didn't want to be rude, but
Oh, okay, water.
like, how do you, since like we're reading this right now and we have a taste of what like the book is, what do you think like when it's first published and people are reading it? What do you think like what they thought about it?
I feel like they
Like,
could have agreed to some of the ideals that we thought, or they
Yeah.
felt like it was okay. Because back then, they slavery was
Yeah,
not
so they
abolished.
basically like they
I
didn't
think
really
they
care
just-
about it.
I think they just like
book.
overlooked the concept and they didn't really like care what's
It's-
gonna happen.
Yeah.
What
I
about?
would say like the book, it grew up with grace. Meaning like back then, like people would like probably overlook the themes and probably like, oh, this is a good book. But now you can really appreciate Twain's work and how like Twain words stuff in various and his literary devices and tones help tell the theme, which is freedom or slavery. That's the theme we're trying to go for our
What
presentation.
about? What do you think people think now?
I feel
Okay,
like
back
it
then.
could be
What do you
either
think?
like I feel like people could either think this book should not be presented in high school students because it's too old, or people could say that they agree that it could be shown to high school students because it is considered a classic.
Yeah.
An American classic novel.
Sorry, guys, I'm running out of battery.
It's all good. We'll cut this part out. What's the time on the camera?
7 minutes and 12 seconds. 13 seconds. 17 seconds. 18 seconds.
Shut up.
19 seconds.
I already know we talked about this in the first meeting, but since we further read the book, half of it,
Yes.
why do you think this was presented to be a children's book? I mean, let's look at the culture now where
It would not be okay. Yes.
books such as Diary of the Wimpy Kids, or correct me if I'm wrong, is it Captain Underwear?
Captain
yeah.
Underpants.
Yeah, they're much more childish, unlike this one. So how much did this change?
Probably a
Concept
lot
of children's
because it must have taken a while for kids for parents or like elder or like adults to understand that this is not a kid's book.
I don't really think they even cared.
I think
I don't know, like you really think like
Like,
showing to like okay, let's say you do you have a little niece? A niece?
Huh?
A niece. You have a niece, right?
oh yeah.
Let's say you show her this book. You think this would like be good for her?
No, because the words like, you know, she's not supposed to know that until.
Yes. The
Yeah,
N-word.
because like
That's where we're gonna go.
the N word wasn't really a big deal because of slavery back then.
back then, but now
But
it's
now
a
it's-
big thing.
Because I think books around that time wouldn't be like childish like today because of what's going on around them.
Yeah, back then you had some serious stuff going on, like diseases,
yeah, that's what-
wars.
all
Do
Like,
you think war had an impact on this book on how it's
this book could be argued that it's like a metaphor for the Civil War, because Huck has internal conflicts with himself. You know, him versus him, like how he faces the fact that he's helping a runaway slave, and how I lost my train of thought. And how he chooses to lie sometimes to get away with things and protect others.
Do you think it's right for him to do so, like lie and basically break the law to help a runaway slave who could have weird?
Jim is his only friend. Jim said Huck's his only friend, and to him, Huck, that probably meant a lot to Huck because around that time, he didn't sell out Jim when he was planning to.
Yeah. Like you could also know that they actually like each other. 'Cause, like remember when like Huck did that one joke? He did a joke that on Jim.
With a snake in
Yeah,
the
with Snake. and like Huck and then Jim actually took it personally,
Yeah.
and then after that Huck actually realized that they actually
It's
had a
wrong to treat
relationship.
him like that.
Yeah, they actually knew they had a relationship.
I think Huck breaking the rules. I mean, yeah, it's like breaking the rules, but I think it was good because he knows what to. He fights for what he believes, being free.
That's true.
So breaking the rules just to
Help someone else.
Looking at this from the government standpoint, how would you react? Like, let's say you see a boy with a runaway slave, they're traveling together. What would
I mean, obviously, like the initial reaction would be to take the slave away from the boy as soon as possible because around that time, runaway slaves are criminals.
And like just like they said in the book, it was like if he was caught, like there would be punishment for Huck.
Okay. Well, we're almost done with the book.
We
Next
should finish
meeting, the next meeting,
We'll talk about-
finish the book, and we'll talk about its themes, and we'll also talk about its presentation. Call this meeting to a close.